This website I built with Claude Code in under 10 minutes. So did this one, and this one. 5 years ago, this is a $5,000 job and a team of engineers. Now, it's a prop. Every tutorial tells you how to build one, but none of them tells you how to get paid for it. And that's the whole point of this video. Hi, my name is Patrick. I spent the last 20 years inside the world's largest organizations like Apple, Lufthansa, among others. And now, I build AI systems for businesses in public. Today, we're building a website with Claude and find a business that needs it and turn it into cash. You need 6 tools. I'll show you each one and what it's for. 1. Claude Code. This is the engine. $20 a month will get you started. I'm using the $100 one because I use it and I need it for my business. But if money's tight, the $20 is plenty to start with. 2 and 3 is Node.js with GitHub and Vercel for the front end. Just ask Claude Code to set them up and it will guide you through the process from login till completion. 4. Supabase for backend or database. This is where your data gets stored and where your security lives. Supabase is one of the most well-established backend providers in the game today. 5. A domain from Namecheap. If you're working for a client, this is typically something they would buy and provide you with DNS details. 6. Scraping. When I clone a website, I always use Claude browser automations to pull the reference site. If I'm using Claude Code, I use Playwright. If I'm using Claude Cowork, I use Claude in Chrome. And that's the whole stack. Now the part that nobody teaches. How do you actually make money with this? Skills you never use are worthless. The only way that this will make money is to put this in front of real businesses who needs website. So let's find one. 2 ways to find clients, and this is the fastest. Upwork. Search website and you'll find lots of jobs posted. Most of them posted yesterday, from $200 to $600 jobs. If you just started, that's the one you need to take because that will become your case studies and testimonials. Don't get scared of the jargon like UX, UI. All that means is this easy and nice to use? You already know that. Now let's move to the second way, and it costs nothing. Browser automation. I asked Claude to look for restaurants in Singapore without a website. Here's how it works. It opens your Chrome browser and uses it as if it was you. It'll find the restaurants in Singapore using this method. As it starts, you'll see Claude open Google and go to each businesses one by one and tell you who's missing a site. Appify. It's a connector in Claude, but this will cost extra. Appify will pull lists of businesses so you can filter for the one without a website. So now you get a list of real businesses in your area that needs exactly what you can build. With that, you can start building your pipeline. Here's my pitch. Normally, if I already have the contact details of the business, I don't really like being too salesy. What I normally do is just email them and tell them, I noticed that your business don't have a website, so I built one for you. And that's the one that you can build in under 10 minutes with Claude. Then I just show them something that already looks like their place to begin with. Take this restaurant, the Ship Restaurant and Bar. Decent reviews, decent site, but I can rebuild something and improve it with Claude using its style in under 5 minutes once you get the system down, and then you just show them. If the offer's good and the site looks legit, why would they say no? You're bringing them customers. So what do you charge? Those Upwork jobs, those are low entry points. If you have direct clients, they'll pay a whole lot more. For a simple site, it should be between $750 to $2,500. If you add pages, browser automations blockage, a simple CRM, that should bring you to $3,500 to $6,500. But if you're new, stay low, just get the work in first. Let's actually build. I copy the reference site URL, go to Claude Code and say, study this, build me something similar, create an artifact design for now. You don't need to build it completely yet. We just need Claude to build the artifact design that we can send to our leads. This is important. You're not just copying. You're taking the good structures and make it theirs to fit their brand with a cleaner font and a tighter copy. Copying bad is just being a copycat, but copying well and improving it, That's just how things are made. One setting that saves your sanity: bypass permission mode, right here. It lets Cloud Code just work without asking every 2 seconds, as long as you know what it's doing. It'll hit snags. Mine ran out of disk mid-build. The nice part is it just tells you and fix it. And that's the whole point. Claude is a full-time engineer that never sleeps. And there it is, built from a prompt, and it looks like a real restaurant site. Not bad for a few minutes work. Artifact design is Claude's way of showing you how it will look. That's fine for the pitch, but useless for the client. To actually go live, you publish it with Vercel and Supabase. Then you point your domain at it. In Namecheap, you go to Domain List, Manage, Advanced DNS, and Claude Code tells you the exact host and value to paste. It walks you through it. Here is one I built for myself in about 2 hours, and I never wrote a single line of code. This is the level you can hand the client. Don't hand them the logins and walk away. Most businesses don't want to touch code. You keep the keys. That's what sets up the money coming in later. And this is the part that changes the game, the maintenance retainer. You manage the backend, the bugs, the updates, and your client pay you monthly, and forget about it. $250 to $750 per client, and it keeps on stacking as your client grow. You want to add real value? Build them a dashboard, or a CRM, or a booking system on the front end with Claude Code. You don't need the know-how. You just ask Claude Code and it does it for you. And that's the real shift. You're not an engineer. Claude Code is a 24/7 engineer. You're an AI architect, the person between the tech and the business who actually solves a problem. And that's the job that pays. When I first started my AI agency, the first couple of weeks were actually proof that this actually works. Now, you can go and build one yourself.